In 1970, long before the wide use of ultrasound technology, a single photo was taken which would have a tremendous impact on the pro-life movement. This photo was taken by Dr. Russell Sacco in Portland, Oregon, and the image in the photo, that of an unborn 10-week-old baby's feet, became the Precious Feet pin, which has become the international symbol for those working to end abortion and to promote respect for life. As of 2010, 18 million Precious Feet pins have been distributed throughout the world. This is the story behind that photograph.
My name is Dr. Russell Sacco, and I was a urologist at the time that I started looking at the business of abortion. Prior to the time that the Supreme Court of the United States determined that there was going to be freedom to do abortions, there were people who were fighting about that. And I knew, because I was a doctor, that abortions kill children. They kill human beings. And then I started reading some books, anatomical books, because we weren't taught about infant children early in their birth, that is, in their beginning. The beginning of human being was different than old people, but we were all human beings. And I was convinced that the Supreme Court would say you can't kill infant children, prenatal infant children. So when the Supreme Court decided that you could kill infant children, it was furious. I decided I'd better learn what's going on. Those people were saying that people that haven't been born yet, but are still in the body and alive, that they're just pieces of whatever, just clutty stuff, miserable stuff. I would start discussing this with people. And at one time I was at a hospital in eastern part of Portland, Oregon, and I was talking to a pathologist. And he also did not approve of abortions. And what he had been doing, he was supposed to take the children that had been killed and destroy the bodies. But he told me that he didn't do that because he just didn't like to do that. So he said, let me show you something, Russ. And he went and got a bucket, and he brought a bucket with formaldehyde. And in the bucket were about 7 or 8 infant bodies. It was a little bit shocking to me to see that, but there they were. And in discussing it with it and looking at it, I asked him if I could take those home and take pictures of them so that I could put it on slides and I could go around and give talks about how we should save and protect the prenatal children. So I took the bucket and I went home, and right away I went into my office and I took one body out at a time and I just took pictures of them. I took pictures of the little ones and the bigger ones, and I determined the time, the age that they were. And then one of the ones I decided to take was one that I would hold just the child's feet between my fingers. And the only reason I did that was because if I just took a picture of a small infant, prenatal infant, nobody would really be able to know how large that child is or was. So I put my fingers on that so that you could identify the size of my hand, and then you could identify the feet of the children. And that was all. I returned the bodies to the pathologist, and when the pictures came out, I looked at them and I thought, you know, the one with the hand and the feet is better than I thought. And I really thought that it wasn't I that made that. I actually kind of thought that maybe God did that one for me. And so the pictures were getting around the world, and they called me up from Australia, and they wanted to know if there was a copyright on the picture. And I said, absolutely not. They said, and they asked if they had to pay me something. I said, absolutely not. If you look at the pictures, and you are reasonable, you'll know immediately that infant prenatal children are being killed, murdered if you will, and because of the Supreme Court and what they've done.